Hello, hello. Good morning. So as you can probably tell, I'm in a cemetery and I'm doing a little bit of bird photography in here. And in this video, I'll tell you why I'm doing photography here. So we'll talk about that next. So I kind of stumbled on this concept of shooting in a cemetery by accident because every time I was out of town and I was looking for like a place to shoot birds or wildlife, like the cemetery would always be top 5 in the closest areas. So I always make it a point to pretty much hit any close cemeteries. Those are usually a sure bet when I'm out of town. So why do cemeteries attract wildlife? It's mostly because of the calm atmosphere, and pretty much they're like an urban oasis away from the hustle and bustle of the city. And as you can hear behind me, it's just all birds. It's really quiet. Not too much traffic passing by here. And that's one of the main reasons you'll find a lot of wildlife at cemeteries. Sometimes you will find things like deer that are eating the flowers and bobcats and other types of wildlife. Another reason why cemeteries are good for birding is the abundance of mature trees and all the landscaping that's done here. Usually they're very well kept, and there's a lot of insects as well for these birds to snap up on. Which brings us to the next point. There's also a lot of tombstones and like raised perches where birds can sit up there and kind of snag up insects. So it makes it an ideal habitat, especially for like the flycatcher type of birds. Just shooting a ground squirrel there, and that's another thing. When shooting from the car, if you're driving through the cemetery, typically you'll be at eye level with ground level with anything that's perched on the ground, or like in this case there's a ground squirrel like literally coming out of the hole there. So that is another advantage, is that you can get right down at eye level with a lot of these critters here. When you are shooting here, you got to think about the shooting ethically. Sometimes there could be people grieving, so I make it a point not to go around that area or even point my camera in that direction. So that's just an ethical consideration to keep in mind if you're going to do this type of photography. you have to your advantage. Use things like tombstones or the flowers laid out here to compose your shots, because it will give you a little bit of a different perspective from what you'll get out in the wilderness somewhere. Well, I hope you enjoyed some of those tips I shared. So next time you're close to a cemetery, don't shy away from checking it out. There's a lot more in here than you'd imagine. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. If you haven't subscribed yet, take a second to do so right now, and I'll leave you with a couple more photos from today. Thank you. Bye-bye.